In today's news, Thailand's emergency decree imposed at the start of the pandemic might be coming to an end. Meanwhile, officials are hoping to welcome flights into Hua Hin on October the 1st, and police, along with volunteers, search for a missing 1-year and 11-month-old girl in the northern province of Chiang Mai. More details on these stories coming right up. Welcome to the Thaiger channel, and you're now watching Thailand News Today, your daily news roundup. We broadcast Monday to Friday along with our other shows on the channel, such as Good Morning Thailand, our daily talk show, and Thaiger Bites, where we respond to your comments and feedback. And in our first story, the emergency decree imposed at the start of the pandemic might be coming to an end. The state of emergency was declared in March of 2020 to combat the spread of COVID-19 and has been extended several times since. Under the decree, the Prime Minister has the ultimate power to manage the COVID-19 pandemic, allowing for restrictions to be imposed at short notice and banning large gatherings. Critics of the decree have long argued that its repeated extensions are politically motivated. If the decree is lifted, the power to manage the COVID-19 crisis would revert to the Public Health Ministry. According to a Bangkok Post report, the Secretary General of the National Security Council says the government may decide not to extend the state of emergency as new COVID-19 infections continue to drop. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha will chair a Center for COVID-19 Situation Administration meeting on Friday. Officials are set to review the situation following the lifting of some restrictions recently, and they're also expected to discuss the future of the emergency decree. The Secretary General says the Public Health Ministry is also in the process of amending the Disease Control Act, which would replace the decree and include disease prevention measures that may prove more effective. The end of the emergency decree would also mean the end of the government's COVID-19 task force, with the Public Health Ministry assuming the duties of the CCSA. The Center for COVID-19 Situation Administration has warned that the easing of restrictions could lead to a surge in infections in the coming weeks. A spokesperson says that if the public gets complacent, mid-October could see infections shoot up again. According to a Thai PBS World report, the spokesperson voiced concerns after seeing crowds of people at the entrances to shopping malls waiting for them to open. Disease control restrictions were recently eased in provinces classified as dark red zones for high COVID-19 infection rates. Restaurants are allowed to resume dine-in services, interprovincial public transport can resume services, and stores located inside shopping centers can reopen. The COVID-19 infection rate declined in July and August as a result of the public's cooperation with disease prevention measures, the spokesperson says. However, he's concerned that with the recent lifting of restrictions, people are letting their guards down. A new mass COVID-19 testing project to screen those who are homeless and other vulnerable groups is underway in the Khlong Lod area in Bangkok's Phra Nakhon district. A group of civil society organizations working with the government started the Khlong Lod COVID-Free project to screen those in the concentrated neighborhood who have limited access to medical treatment and to potentially declare the area as Bangkok's first COVID-free neighborhood, according to the Ministry of Social Development and Human Security. Each Friday for the next couple of weeks, mass testing will be carried out in the neighborhood. Around 200 people will be tested each week, with priority given to those who are homeless or unable to access a COVID-19 test. Hua Hin's reopening is still on track for October the 1st, and officials are hoping to welcome commercial flights and private jets to the local airport. The reopening program, which is called Hua Hin Recharge, is similar to Phuket's Sandbox model. Tourists will need to be fully vaccinated and test negative for COVID-19 on arrival before they are free to travel within the area. Tourists who've also spent 7 days on Phuket as part of the island's Sandbox scheme can also travel to Hua Hin. While the Hua Hin airport has a short runway, just 2.1 kilometers long, The Tourism Authority of Thailand governor says it can still handle narrow-body aircrafts as well as private jets. He says if the aircraft can fly between Phuket and Samui, where the runway is also short, flights can operate between Phuket and Hua Hin as well. Meanwhile, the tourism minister said his ministry is working on getting more vaccine doses for Hua Hin in order to meet the vaccination target for reopening. The minister says he'd like surrounding areas or all of Prachuap Khiri Khan to be included in the vaccine rollout, as doing so could open up the entire province to international tourists in the near future. The Hua Hin Recharge area covers 86.3 square kilometers between Hua Hin Municipality and the district of Nong Khae. Currently, just 24% of residents in the Hua Hin Recharge area are fully vaccinated, while over 73% have received their first dose. The tourism minister says a further 11,000 doses are needed in the province. The combined forces of police, Border Patrol police, rescue volunteers, and villagers helped search for a missing 1-year and 11-month-old girl in the northern province of Chiang Mai yesterday. The girl has been missing since Sunday night. Heat-seeking drones and sniffer dogs were also used to help scour the area within a 2 to 3 kilometer radius of the girl's home in Hue Phak Dap village. The toddler was seen walking along the road around 7 p.m. Sunday. The eyewitness said that he also saw 5 cars on the road around the time the girl was walking. Deputy Commander of Chiang Mai Police said the girl may have been kidnapped or she may have gotten lost in the forest. The officer added that the police will check CCTV along the roads for possible clues. Turning to news in Singapore, a woman has been sentenced to 16 weeks in jail for refusing to wear a face mask. Reports say the 54-year-old woman, who is a retired Navy major, pleaded guilty to 9 counts of breaching COVID-19 regulations. A video of her refusing to wear a mask at the Marina Bay Sands Resort went viral online. In the video, the woman can be seen berating a member of staff who asked her to wear a face mask, repeatedly demanding to see the employee's badge. Since that video was captured, Singaporean residents have shot more videos of the woman in public without a face mask on a number of occasions, including at the supermarket and by a local river. The woman was first charged after refusing to wear a face mask at a food center in May of last year. Following that charge, she left Singapore and flew to the UK. When she returned to Singapore, she entered quarantine at Marina Bay Sands. During her stay at the resort, she was charged with violating quarantine rules after leaving her hotel room to visit the pool. And you're now up to date on this show, but you can click on the video that just popped up here to see our other 2 hosts, Mike and Jay, talk about the future of expats in Thailand, the return of Paralympic athletes, and yesterday's protests in Bangkok, or click here to see Mike and Jay personally respond to comments and feedback by the Thaiger audience. As for me, I'll be back tomorrow on this show with more headlines, so I'll see you then.